New space. Look at this. Look at this. You like this space? Don't get used to it. I like it a lot, but it's just a temporary stay. The things that I like about this space are the details, the textures, the things on the walls that make it unique. But I would never see them if I wasn't looking for them. That is what macro videography and photography is all about. It's the patterns, the textures, the details that you're looking for that no one would otherwise see unless you're intentionally looking for it. That's exactly what we're talking about today in terms of videography and photography. So I've got a few tips that you can use to make your macro photography better, or maybe to even introduce you to macro photography. The first tip is to lower your f-stop. In macro photography, it's all about shallow depths of field, keeping a little bit of your image in focus while everything else is a little bit blurry. It draws the viewer's eye into what you're focusing on, and it makes it look more professional. Tip number 2 is to know what to look for. Now this comes with experience, but it's mainly going to be patterns, textures, and colors, like I said before. Once you start thinking about shooting macro photography, when you're walking around outside or when you're hanging out with your friends, you kind of see things like this in your environment. Maybe it's like a grain of wood or on a pillar or something that you're gonna shoot later, but you just have that in the back of your mind. Shifting your mindset to look for things like this will make your shots a lot better. Tip number 3, and this one might be a little bit obvious, but you've got to get in close. Macro photography is the world of miniature. It's the things that not everyone sees, and the really minuscule things are typically the best to shoot. Because this is the case, we've got to get in really tight to our subject, get in close with that camera, and pick the right lens. Now I often suggest for macro to shoot with the 50mm. It's got a 1.8 if you're shooting with that Canon basic nifty 50, and the image really looks good. But if you're like me and you shoot on 18-35, you've really got to pull in close to get that shot that you're looking for. My last tip, tip number 4, is for all those video users out there, and it's to mix it up. A lot of shooters I know, myself included, get really caught up in macro and keep shooting macro. For an example, if I'm shooting a B-roll sequence, I don't only want to have tight close-up shots back to back because the viewer isn't going to know where they are. You need to add context and use sequencing. This is a quick bonus tip, but sequencing is a selection of shots that are from the same environment with the same elements within it that follow basic shot types like a wide, a tight, a medium, and a reverse. For an example, this panel over here behind me, I'm gonna shoot a wide, a tight, and then a reverse shot, and it'll really show off the entirety of the piece. But if I were to just shoot a macro, and another macro, people are gonna wonder what they're looking at. Those are the tips that I have for now, but I'm sure that there are many more. If you have one for me, please leave them in the comments below. It's been Josh Thom. Good luck with your macro shooting. Thank you so much for watching. I've got playlists for other videos. You can click them here, wherever I have them. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.